Hello and welcome. This is the first lesson here. I'm gonna be teaching some programming. Today we will do some simple graphics and simple animation. And we are gonna be using a language called processing. So the first thing we will need is to download this processing software. The website is processing.org. You can see it up here. And once we are here in this website, I'm gonna just read the first phrase to get an idea what this is about. Processing is an open source programming language, an environment for people who want to create images, animations, and interactions. Initially developed to serve as a software sketchbook and to teach fundamentals of computer programming within a visual context, processing also has evolved into a tool for generating finished professional work. So sounds amazing. Let's go to the download page. Here you should read the disclaimer. Here you can choose the right version for your operating system. In this case, I'm using Linux. So I would click here. I have already downloaded the processing software. I have it here in a compressed file. So I'm gonna go ahead and extract the software. It will take a second and it will generate all the files, and there's documentation and examples and everything you need to get started. And here we are. Here's the processing folder. Inside we can start processing. So this is processing. This is how it looks right after it has started. There are some typical menus up here. Some buttons. We will be using the run button all the time. You can see the text here explains what each button does. We will be using run all the time after we type here some program, and then we try it out. Clicking run, we see what happens. We come back, do some changes, click run. So this white area is where we type the program. And on the bottom, we will see error messages, hopefully not too many. And maybe other messages inside our program, we want to print just for our own information. Okay, so let's try to type a very small program, then explain some things about it. I'm going to draw a pixel on the screen, just a single point. You see the notation here. This is easy to understand. Point draws a point, and then inside parentheses you write two numbers separated by a comma, and the line ends on a semicolon. Most lines must end with semicolon. So I'm going to run it and then explain what it does. I click here. And this is the amazing result. Just an empty screen with a little dot on the middle. This little dot is 1 pixel. I hope you can see it on the video recorded on YouTube. The 1 pixel is the smallest graphic element you can control on the display. You cannot draw like half pixel. 1 pixel is the smallest thing, and it can have a color. It can be black or white or any other color. And what happened here, these two numbers are the position of the pixel in my small display. So I'm gonna change one of the numbers. Maybe I write here 20,50. You can see it moved to the left. Before it was in the middle, now it's on the left. If I write 0, it's totally on the left. So you can see the first number. What it means is the distance from the left side of the screen. The bigger the number, the more to the right it goes. And same thing happens with the second number, which is the distance from the top. If I draw the point 0, 0, we are on the top left. If I now increase the second number, maybe do 30, and you can see it's a bit lower. If I go to 60, it's even lower. And 90. How big is this area? We don't know yet. But it's probably 100 because this is 90. So what happens if I type 100? Oh, the point is gone now. So then I know what happens. It's the display is 100 pixels wide and height, but it goes from pixel 0 to 99, and from top to bottom, and 0 to 99 from left to right. So the pixel 100 is outside of the screen already. So the pixel 9999 would be on the bottom right. Of course, we can change the size of the screen if we want. This is just to get used to these coordinates, which will be used all the time when we want to draw something on the screen. We have to know in which part of the screen to draw the things. So 50-50 is the middle of the screen. Okay, so now we have an idea of the coordinate system. It goes from 0 on the corner. First number is the x value, which is the distance from the left border, and the second number is the y value. We can write comments for ourselves here. If we start a line with slash, like forward slash, we can write anything behind it and it will not break the program. So we can say here the first number is the x value. The second number is the y value. Distance from left border. Distance from top border. So this is a very simple program that just draws one point. Let's add a few points. Maybe we can try to make a line. This is the x value, so we're gonna draw this on the point 50-50. The second point will be 1 pixel to the right, then 1 pixel to the right. Let's see what happens with this program. We're starting to make here a small line. It's a very hard way to draw lines like this. It will take forever if we have to draw long lines. I'm sure there must be a better way. So if we go here to the help and go to the reference, we're going to be using this all the time. In this page, you have all these different instructions you can use while making programs. Point happens to be here. This is what we have been using. Let's see how it looks like. So it says here, the name is point. Here's some examples which are great for understanding how it works. We see always there's like 2 numbers. In this case, it's using 3 numbers. This must be something more advanced, something we don't know yet. But just to show you how a help page looks like. There's a description. So it says draws a point, a coordinate in space at the dimension of 1 pixel. And here shows the syntax. You can use it in 2 different ways. This is what we were doing, x and y. Looks like you can use 3 numbers. This is when you're doing 3D stuff, which we will not do yet. So I go back and I see here there's also a line command. This looks like an easier way to draw lines. So let's try this. We can go down here and it says the syntax. You're using, it looks like 2 points, right? There's x and y, x1, y1, and x2, y2. Of course, a line goes from 1 point to another point. So let's try to draw one of these lines. I go back to our editor. It looks something like line. Let's cross the screen from the first pixel, 0, 0, to the last pixel, would be 99, 99. And I run the program. Okay. So this is the line we were drawing that crosses the screen from one corner to the other. You can see it's much easier than drawing lots of points.